Nina because I was reading your email address, and I also know you're Ashley. So please start by introducing your sweet self, and we'll get to know you.
Well, thank you for having me. I go by Phidy because most people find hard time pronouncing my name. I'm called Phidy. Like that's the full name. Like how it's Phidy.
Okay. So tell me about you so that I can understand the person that you are, or the people that are watching this can understand.
Well, I don't think there is how I can explain myself. Like people get the picture of who Phidy is because she's also trying to find out herself. Yeah, I'm not yet there. So all I can say is that I'm a happy person. I love being around good people, good vibes, good food, good music, Manchester United. Yeah. I feel like that's
What's your definition of happiness?
my definition. A lot of laughter.
What gives you a lot of laughter? Anything can give you a lot of laughter.
Like anything. Yeah. Good people do music, food, as long as everything is like happiness is guaranteed.
Okay. So I am just trying to understand that from a very interesting perspective, like laughter, because the average person that smokes weed and smokes cheese, the strain of weed called cheese, can laugh every after 5 minutes if they put their mind to it.
So
But
if
then
you don't put your mind to it, you don't get it.
I think, okay, I'm trying to say, in terms of happiness, it should be like broad. Like you see how happiness to a man like Moses would be shooting a very good video to have like a clear picture, to have your skin like it comes out, yeah. But then to you, it's laughing, and anything can bring about laughter. So that is what's confusing.
Actually, if I'm to turn it in another way, is like the genuine happiness
Yeah.
comes like from seeing others happy. Yeah. That can also give me a sense of
So you're supportive of your friends, and how do you define your friendships? How do you pick your friendships? Have you met your friendships from work? Have you met them on the internet? What do you consider to be friend to you?
to different
Yeah.
someone who effortlessly cares. Like you just know something about me and you pick interest. It's the little details that stick with me. It's not the big oh I remembered your birthday. No, it's like Phidy, I've not seen you in a while. Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So I'll just know that wow, they thought about me. They suggest this. Can we meet up for lunch? I just want to know how is work going, like those kind of things.
Are you done with school? How did you find life after school? Did you like graduate college? Did you go to flying school?
Well, I did tourism and hotel management, and it's shocking now that I'm in digital because of the COVID wave.
So you switched
Yeah, I switched.
careers right after COVID?
No, after like school, my internship was in a travel business. We used to do like airline, we used to do ticket fares, and then when COVID hit, I switched up. I went to the hotel side because it was tourism and hotel management. So I went to the hotel side and I became a receptionist. But it was also hard because of the night shifts, the morning shifts. So after the reception stuff, that's where I finally got to meet Rita, who I work with right now, and she introduced me to Zeus, the agency. I didn't know anything about digital.
I want to pronounce that right. I always see it and I don't know how to read it. I don't know if it's Zeus or Zeus.
What? You don't follow the Greek mythology.
No.
Zeus is like a god.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Zeus.
So the agency is like a god of agencies. That's
No, not God of agencies, like God of everything digital and adverts.
you guys do adverts. Check.
Billboards, we do digital, we do above the line, below the line, radio, TV, we do all that.
Do you have an idea of what would cost for me to do like billboards for my podcast,
Yeah.
and how impactful that would be for my podcast? Because I've been trying to do billboards. I have a friend who has billboards in town, but I've never really understood the value from billboards in a digital era. Yeah, I know that people are driving and they're looking at the poster, but I don't feel like that's engaging enough to drive.
Well, it depends on how your poster looks like. Yeah. Zeus can give you that quality poster. I feel like you've seen our posters all over and Tinder everywhere.
Give me like 5 posters.
What? Only 5.
Yeah, give me 10.
Okay, next time I'll give you 5. Well, we have one for the lunchbox, Action Park, KFC. We have one for Johnny Walker Navio, the Walker. We have one for Toyota, Men's Half Pound.
This is doing Johnny Walker.
Exactly. That's us. I feel like I've mentioned it already, but
Yeah.
I feel like you can see the quality and
That's incredible stuff.
yeah.
What does branding mean to you? You as Phidy and you as someone who is, I don't know, mentored by those. You also said you just got into it from COVID, yeah?
I'm learning. I do not know anything. I can't say I'm an influencer. I can't say, okay, I'm a community manager, but it takes like time to put in the work to learn. I didn't go to school for these things, but I'm doing things that others went to school to do. So, yeah, I feel like I'm learning by experience. Zeus is grooming me, Rita is grooming me, everyone is like, yeah, pushing me to that. And I feel like I love it. I wish I went to school for it, but
The agency does not have a plan to take you to school while working.
it does, but I don't feel like
I don't think studying digital though. I'll tell you about me. I've run a digital agency myself previously. I've also run a lot of digital campaigns. I have tried to influence for brands like Jumia previously. Jumia influenced for my own brands. I think I've had Transport Me, car hailing services, but I didn't go to school for any of this. When I went to school, I was doing computer science, so it was far away from the digital marketing. But I loved my phone. I was really exposed to computers at quite an early age. Shout out to my dad for buying the first computer, of course, when I was young. But yeah, so I was exposed to a computer at an early age, adopted. Then I understood how to use the digital platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like everyone else. Yeah, YouTube has been very helpful, but most of the stuff is really all by your own. You understand what's going, because it's all there. You can get the data from Facebook on postings and trying to understand it. So this is why I'm saying I don't even know why you wish, because in a world that is so YouTube funded, like you literally can just give extra time to YouTube and you'll be the best, because you have engagement. You can turn that around and switch it up into from engagement. Then you get a niche on what you'd want to influence or what you'd want to represent. You get a niche so that brands can identify that, you know what, if we want to get this type of message out, we'll have to go to Phidy's profile, because then she has engagement. In whatever way, you have people that still come, they're attracted to your type of lifestyle, yeah? They are fans to how you like to portray your life online. So to monetize that means that you just get a niche and you adopt to that. I don't think there's like rocket science that you need to go and get.
People can meet you
Well, until you're a Lionel Messi or you're Kanye West, and you can really, really call the shots on engagement and convince people that, you know what, I am putting in the influence and people are changing their decisions because of me, the person, then there you can do what you want. You can switch up from Adidas to Nike. But once you're growing, people are attracted to loyalty. Just us as normal human beings. How we live is we like being loyal. Yeah? Our partners, our friends, we are pulled to people who are loyal to us. So once people see some kind of uniformity and loyalty, the people that listen to this podcast, also that we started this podcast with a team when COVID had just hit. We've never had ambitions of making money. We never had ambitions of getting famous, being popular, doing like TV. That's why I don't have like guys to make me up and do all that stuff, like TV, dress me up. But the passion for love and having, because I used to have like opinion online, and sometimes it could affect me how I would get misinterpreted, or how people who don't understand where I compose some of my tweets come from, then resonate with that, interpret it. Sometimes it used to get to me. Then, so part of the bit where I want to give my opinion on the podcast is I can give it at length and someone understands where I'm coming from. So the loyalty of the people that have been listening to that and other brilliant conversations. I do host this with my partner. It's called Kenneth. He has state-of-the-art conversations. He does very well researched on tech, very many topics that people are interested in. Meditation, come what not. He has a lot of conversations in the podcast. So, but the people that have consistently listened to them have stayed loyal because this is what we are doing. So it's easier for me now to change if I am selling to them something. Yeah, it goes away from like you selling me KFC because you have numbers and because I follow you and I'll see KFC. Yet I feel like it's not something I'll do. Like me, I'm not gonna eat KFC during the day. My studio, there's a kitchen here. I'll cook my food. So I need more attachment to someone or to like a brand to be like, okay, there's a cause as to why I'm supporting this. So that is why niching is to me important, and this is just opinion. But you'd feel it limits because people are distracted by the concept of getting easy money. You want to get money from Airtel, MTN, KFC, Java House, what, in a space of 3 months because there's a deal you want to jump onto this on this. But then you don't specialize. When you don't specialize, you're just all over the place. To me, it's
So you are like talking about it at the influencer point of view. I feel like you're talking about it at how someone can run their page, like what you post. Not posting one thing. I feel like that can
no. Of course, not posting one thing. Also, my definition of what I understand by influencing is not posting stuff. Like if I influence right now, I've influenced events. I've influenced lights, camera, action. So, how I believe influence should be is to get people in a feeling of coming. And I don't believe spamming them with posts, constant posts, helps that. I was telling you, it's not about what you post to me, in my opinion. It's not how much you post or what you post that you should cut down. Because you don't post about what you're influencing all the time. Yeah. People, you like a reality show. I can know what you're doing in the morning, that she's now at work, she's now going to eat lunch, she's now doing that. So there are people who are just attached to that. And this is what our phones do. Yeah. They bring other people's lives closer into our lives and we feel like we're involved. And it's what Meta is going to do with VR. We will just really coexist where we're not coexisting. Yeah. And it's already happening. There's all this deep fake technology and stuff. So to me, it's more about just niching. Do I want to do food? Do I want to put my energy to just the food industry, or do I want to put my energy to like tourism? And you have a background in tourism. It's fucking rich. You just have to start traveling, blogging. I don't know how you see it. Also, I could sell you a whole idea and you buy into it of doing your vlog, where we brand the personality, you get numbers. Try to do this with a couple of socialites. Done it with Judith Hard. I've done it with, I think, Sheila Parker as well. Creators just don't have the patience sometimes, and people want the high life. Something I don't really believe in. I believe in building until you own the whole empire. Yeah. So to me, I see that you are capable of really handling engagement. And if that was directed in, usually people are now more concerned with visual, that will bring in a lot of money. That's what I think. Like, if you carefully scripted it through, I'm not on Snapchat anymore, so I don't know about your Snapchat. There's so many apps, there's so many distractions. You can even tweet it. For the business side, not on the personal side. The business side is I have shows that are on TikTok. I have shows that run in the ghettos, Edogozidio Monquero, to Mindspace, podcasts on mental health, to very many other content creators, Tina Fias, all these have TikToks that we run. But still, me with the apps, there's so many distractions. I can't keep up. I don't know, how do you keep up with all your social media? Because you have to post everywhere. You have to keep up. For us, you have an outfit for every day.
No.
Please take me through how you keep up with the internet world. And okay, you keep up with the world now. For you, what is it like for you? How is your day like?
Well, I wake up at 6. Dress up, shower by 8:30. I'm in office. Then work. 5:30 is when we're supposed to break off work and go home, but sometimes you end up pushing and leave office at 8 p.m. And then after, you can go out for drinks or just head home, watch a movie, shower, and then sleep, then repeat until Friday.
Same process. Don't you feel like that process is boring? Do you ever want to jump out? Are you pro-employment? Are you, how do you envision your life?
Well, it's funny, but I don't envision myself as being employed or unemployed. Yeah.
Do you want to be what? A rich housewife?
You can call it that, but yeah, I just don't think of slavery. Lots of money, traveling, having fun, 24 hours. Yeah.
Isn't that so unrealistic to think about?
Well, you could say, but I feel like there are people
Do you- no.
living this dream.
Do you feel like there are people living that, like, realistically? Or don't you miss that is what these screens now
It's
bring?
not the screen.
It's the screens, the Netflix. When you go back from here, this is what you do, yeah? For Mark, you said you wake up 8:30, then go to work. But by 8:30, you're at work. Working. You're working for an agency, so you literally must either have lunch at office or you're having it in a fancy restaurant, right? There's no switch between the actual. I can't eat junk food every day because, well, no one eats junk food every day, too. It's. Do you eat? Okay, yeah, of course, there's always the exceptions. But still, from that to, remember, you're on your phone, you're seeing snaps of someone who has taken, there are people who plan their lives so well that they're only taking vacations. So what Instagram then does is that if you're interested in vacations, it is only going to filter out just guys who are doing vacations on your timeline. That's what the algorithm does. So once you look at this every other time, you feel like there's a world that exists like that, but not even Kim Kardashian lives like that. Yeah.
Talk about your own perspective. I know people, we have have people in my family who live like that. They don't work, but they're just living life. They are not
How so?
employees, they are not bosses, but
How do they do it? I want to be like those, of course. Setting up this whole thing is
that's
very.
my go-to.
You have to use a lot of energy.
That's my go-to.
So how do you plan on achieving that?
Well, I'm still working until I figure it out. I believe someday I'll clock like 30 and then like
How old are you now?
25.
Okay. So you have 5 years. Probably invite you back on the podcast. Did you lie about your age? Please don't tell me you lied about your age.
Why?
Just because you've laughed right about
No,
saying
you said I'm left with 5 years.
to be invited back on the
That
podcast.
seems like so.
Yeah, 5 years is so little. 5 years will be 10 now. I'll be writing a portfolio for this business. We'll be 10 years in business. We'll be eligible to get grants from like top guys. I'll probably be the one in the news like Peter Turi, like that guy took 10 million. One. So anyhow, let's your love for Manu. How are you a sports fan? How do you relate to sports? What does sports mean to you? What does football in particular mean to you?
Well, I feel like we am in a relationship with Manchester United. Like I connect with my team at a very, very, very big level. I started like supporting football when I was 6 because my mom, she never missed a match. I saw some trophies. I see pictures around the house. She used to compete in the pool table Olympics. She's a very, very good person in playing pool. So she loves
I'm actually a very good person in playing pool as well. It's like my favorite. It's the only thing I play very well. Good at.
I feel like it's cool. Well,
Do you know how to play pool as well?
yeah, I do.
Very well. Okay. We'll play a game someday. Bet? Good. Yeah, you're on the pod, the camera's like 1, 2, 3. So if you
Okay, we shall play this
good.
soon. But she's like a very, very sporty person. I feel like I got my passion from her because she loved so much Manchester United. She loved so much pool. She loved Express. I don't know how Express is doing right now. You know,
I think-
Express FC.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's doing, but back then, oh my god, it was like here, and I grew passion for it. Where we got like our differences was at the World Cup. She went to France, I went to Portugal because I had an attachment with Cristiano, so I was like, oh, Cristiano is Portuguese. Well, I'm from Portugal, so I was like, okay, we can have our differences. You're not going to support everything I support. So yeah.
Did Cristiano influence your love for Manchester United as well?
Yes.
That's like all the Henry Arsenal guys. Yeah.
Well, because Cristiano and Wayne Rooney, those two, and Ferguson too. I felt like he was like.
Don't you believe realistically Ferguson was not really a good coach?
Really?
In no disrespect, because of course that is backlash. I take that back. He was a good coach, but I'm saying the time he had to compose himself and the achievements he got, in my opinion.
It's good to measure it because he achieved.
After, how do you weigh achievements? Do you want a guy who is rich at 68 and is on a dying bed? Okay, 68 is still too young. Some people are very living. 80, who gets rich at 80 on a dying bed and they can't enjoy the money they have gotten at 80. Or a guy like me, very young, has the freedom to do whatever they want. I can create. And how do I want to term this question? In terms of achievement, like the times it took Ferguson to get all the achievements, and the times it has taken some of the coaches, and they have not even gotten, because not everyone is going to win. It's like best rappers, not like the best rappers. Nas has just won Grammy just recently. For all the times he's rapped, it's only so the awards really don't reflect the amount of energy. But because people get awarded, there's also a lot of politics. Also, we cannot, you can quote me wrong, there's a lot of politics in Manchester United. It being in the English Premier League, you see how they hype their players, they do what. Yes, you have all this love for them, but also I'm not an Arsenal fan. Don't think I'm
Well,
attacking
I
them.
was about to ask you that question. I know that's so fun. Like, why? Why the backlash towards?
Also, don't you see that you have fallen off so bad as a team after?
Yeah, we're not doing well, but the cleanup that's happening right now, Pogba is gone. Who Mata just said farewell yesterday, and then Lingard is also gone. Well, Cavani is also on the
Oh, well,
bench.
okay, you've cleaned up all those
Yeah,
people. Who are you bringing?
I'm not sure of the signings, but I'm positive they're going
That
to be
whoever.
good. And Eric is welcome. I know he's going to do wonders at Old Trafford. I just know. Yeah.
How much of that? So, how much of the love your mom had for sports defines what does that mean to you now? Like, do you think that was really a good path to follow? As because one, you're female, yeah, you could have taken up all these other sports, like your friends, or you have interest in other sports. Do you think that defines that, or you really just like football?
Well, okay, she influenced me to that, but I love it. I wouldn't like take it back. I love the feeling it gives me. I love the moments. Like I wouldn't change anything.
What do you do for your personal self? Do you read books? What books are in? Do you, what books are you reading?
Adventure, yeah, adventure.
When you get time to read, do you know things of meditation? For
Meditation.
someone who likes a lot of happiness, I don't know if you take care of your mind so much.
I do.
How do you take care of your mind?
Well, I go up the hill, we close by the hill, and I just stare at the view and appreciate what I have, like those small affirmations. And yeah,
How often do you do this?
I think once a week during the weekends. Yeah, because that's when I'm like
How much
self-care.
time do you give to work in a week?
Because I can also work from home and also work.
So you're not mandatory to go to. You're a remote worker. You can work remotely. What would you prefer, remote work or office work? And how do you find the switch since COVID? Like, is it easier to work from home? Because you see, working from home is also tricky. You have your bed next to you there. You have a lot of distractions. You have food. You have Netflix.
Well, I feel like
How do you make yourself very principled to know to? Yeah.
I feel like office is more productive, but also working from home gives you that space. Like you work at your own pace, you can send one email. Yeah, you work.
Do you think you're a focused person or you're a multitasker? And do you think it's good to multitask? Like, do you focus on one thing? Like, let me now be a digital influencer. Yeah, let me switch into this whole digital thing, understand it, take up a few courses online. By the way, I can share with you with time. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on digital courses that are already done, and this stuff you don't even need to be like certified. You just have to understand what to do the stuff you do. I don't even think Bo did copyright. Did he? But he was just really good at advertising and coming up with messages. So I remember he did his first, so it was a purifier ad, coming up with concepts, even away from school. Like, he used to be this person. Me and him worked on a project.
Actually, got an award,
No.
award-winning copywriter, 2021.
When did he get that?
Yeah.
What does it mean working with Bo? Tell me about that. Like, him as a colleague. I'll tell you about his brilliance from like school. Yeah, and this is just coming up. So in school, he used to be this guy that would make sure people are happy, bring the vibe, be
Yeah,
like.
that's the vibe. That's the vibe.
So for you, how does it feel?
Like he challenges you, yeah, he calls you out. He can't let it like slide and then you're not productive. He like gives you that wake up call. He's like, okay, you've given me this to like help you with copy. Can you make it better? I feel like you can make it better. And you're like, but you're the copywriter. He's like, yes, I know, but you're also having your own ideas. Show me something else. And then that's how you come up with something and it's like, you don't have to change anything. It's perfect. Just go with that. So he gives you like that platform. Yeah.
As a community manager that responds to people constantly, how do you find people of all different characters, also online? How do you find dealing with tempers? Do you get off angry with people? Do you get depressed of stuff? You never get depressed.
Why would someone depress me? Someone I've not seen. Someone
They probably insulted you.
no.
Talked about
Everything that's online, people say about others is false. And if something is false, you're saying something false about me, how would I like even give it attention? I just scroll. Like
that's tough discipline. It's also interesting that you have it, but it's
people actually do get depressed and I feel for them, but as for me, I feel like I'm hardcore. How would I get depressed over something?
you wouldn't.
Yeah. Unless you know where I stay and you come face me in the eye and you're like, that's where the problem will come from. And most of these days, one time, they don't have access to that. Just not feeling
Do you smoke weeds? Do you smoke some weed?
our parents going to watch this.
I do not know. I will share, but now I have the answer. Let us proceed, please. We'll even edit that out. It's only anyway. Yeah, it's not a conversation I can have with you because then you'll have to have a very mature conversation with your parents about.
Yeah, it's like coming out of the closet. There are lots of things
And
my
alcohol?
parents don't know about me. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, respectfully.
When you say there are lots of things your parents do not know about you,
I'm a mysterious person.
how mysterious?
Like, unless you know what I want you to know, and you can't know what I don't want you to know.
I totally. I read that. Are you lonely in your inner world that it then gives you the energy to control what people want to see? Do you feel like you're very lonely?
I won't say very lonely,
But
but
lonely.
not every time.
Lonely does not mean having a partner next to you in bed. Lonely, to me, I do not know. You will tell me what it means to you. Let me first
That's
explain.
what I know what you're saying. I don't mean my partners.
Okay, I thought, yeah, no, but it's not about like that. It's really how you the feeling.
Yeah.
So I relate to that because at some point when I really like social media a lot, I also used to control. Like I could know what would trigger off people, and I could sometimes give them that. I could know what could start like a troll, then I could sometimes give that them. Like, but then I started feeling like, oh my god, why am I skipping my words? I started feeling like I could get lost in that. Yeah, it's why I'm taking long to find me. And for someone like you who understands and likes a lot of your happiness, it's important that you first understand who you are, like how you love yourself, um, how what triggers you, what compromises you can have around society and other people, what you give them. Do you understand that? Are you that type of person? How did you become that type of person?
You say it. Like, I got to know me first.
Do you know yourself?
I do in and
What do you
out.
think your purpose in life is?
I'm yet to find out. I don't know that yet. But yeah. But what I know is my purpose that I know of, not that I'm yet to find out. The first one is make people happy and make a difference.
You really like making people happy. Over how do you plan on doing that? Are you going to be an events organizer?
I do not know that,
Do you like events, like organizing events? Do you know, by the way, you have the power to like real be, since you like making people happy, you have the power to be like a socialite if you put your mind to it. But in the terms of the actual sense of being a socialite, uh, take for example who Justin Sky is a musician, but she also does that. But yeah, that's far fetched. Kim Kardashian.
it's like you're
Kim
looking
Kardashian.
at this whole thing in the spotlight view.
No,
I don't
in the
like
business view,
want
not the
all.
spotlight.
It's
Look,
the
yeah,
business. I don't
do
look
content
at it
around
like
you.
as
Like, no.
business.
This is my idea. See how you've come on the podcast. Get first get your Instagram. Go to Moses Owena. Are you on his profile? Moses Owena.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, that's just click three random videos. They're about two people. Okay, there are very many. If you go down, you'll find Judith Hard and what or that. Shares some of that content. Yeah. So that is not the spotlight. That is someone who has gone to the bar. Like you'd randomly go to the bar with your friends and then make the video say a statement. Yeah. Then once the video says a statement, you monetize that. This is to me my idea. This is what I I think of. I plan that yo, if we turn this girl around and we did content, we turned her Instagram. Look, this is like a whole studio. We can set up photo shoots and do what. This is how I picked interest in you. Like I could see the engagement, but then I could also see the loss in sense of direction. So then you need like people who understand the business side at the back. Then you present it like an artist because that is what some content creators are now. They're like artists. Some artists say Spice Diana, the writing, the studio time. She literally just has to breathe.
And everything is done.
Yes, because the people understood the business for them, and it's important. That is why she keeps her energy because you have to do just one thing, like just me, yeah. Besides my team, of course, we set this with the whole team, but I would come in, have my conversation with you, and then go away from here. Come back tomorrow because I have another conversation tomorrow with an actor. Then do the same. Like I'm only interested in having a very good conversation with that guest and that people will listen to that and the niche of that. So for you, your whole idea would be to literally live your life. Then you get the business side of people benefiting. Doing the business of it, then you win. That is the fastest way to me. You could, what did the thing you said of, I don't want to work, I just want to exist. That's how fast you can achieve that. That's the most only realistic
So
way.
you have people in the background doing all that for you and you're just living.
Yeah, but of course, it's like selling your soul. They are earning a lot from it because they're doing all the work. So you like come to agreements, come to terms of it, do like. But yeah, if you're bringing a lot to the tip, and someone is willing to really do it for you and to script it that way, because it just takes the video to convince the outside world of what they want to perceive, and then you get the brands on, the Shenet's on things you don't even consume. Just right now, the internet has power to make anyone great because it has made people great just through numbers. So just to me, it's sense of direction. Yeah, let's go now to your music.
Well, about the other part, I hadn't finished. But yeah, the people I focused on, like making happy, are not these ones like in the spotlight. I know these ones that other people will see me pleasing. It's this random lady who cleans the bathrooms of a bar. She's cleaning, you go there to eat yourself and then you give her 10,000 out of the blue, just hi. It's this waiter who has like served you and he expects a tip of 2,000, give him 20. It's the border guy I get and told him with again and like, but then when you're giving me 5K and when I come off a border I give him 20K, I'm like, have a nice day. That's
You're an empathetic person. You like giving. What informs you? What does that mean to you? How does that make you feel?
the
as a person?
happiness makes me happy. Yeah, I feel like
Okay. Is that your purpose? What type of mother are you going to be? Do you want to be a mom? Do you want to talk about that?
well, yeah, but I don't think of being a mom soon. Yeah, but of course, if I'm to be a mom, yeah, I think I'll be a strict mom.
What do you mean strict? Do you enjoy? Was your mom tough on you?
No, she wasn't. And yeah.
So why do you want to be a strict mom? What does strictness? Did you benefit on? Was your mom strict on you? Okay, so explain why you want to be a strict mom to your child. Do you
I
believe?
don't know, I feel like there is a way of bringing up these kids.
Were you babied a lot?
Yeah, I was an only child until I was 14. And then I got my sister and then a brother.
Interesting. What type of music do you listen to the most?
The most. I told
Hip
you,
hop, R&B, the most.
anything
Like every
good.
day, what do you listen to? What's your playlist like?
It has everything. I don't do like
Read for me the first 10 songs on your playlist today.
the first 10
The first 10 songs.
Well, number one, I have Tonics, Sikuleka.
Is it on that new album? I'm seeing they're putting on billboards. Ow, I think. Do you know about that album?
Yeah, I haven't got that yet, but this is an old one. And then I have Taylor Swift.
Tonics, Tyler.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I have Shelly and Nina.
Who's Shelly and Nina?
Sarah's duo.
Uh-huh.
And then I have Ken. I have Khalid.
DJ?
No.
Khalid.
Yeah, Khalid.
Yeah.
And then I have Diamond.
What Khalid song is that?
You don't know this song.
Play it.
I'll be on the way. Yeah. And then I have Diamond Platinums.
Is it an automated playlist or you strictly chose your own music?
I make it my own.
Okay.
So I listen to a song, put it in favorites. After favorites, I rename and then throw it in my album. So if I'm on the like laptop doing some work, just play Phidy songs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Katoko, Waliwo William, I have country, everything is in there.
Oli Muganda?
Yes.
Oyogera Oluganda?
Me too. Yeah.
Bulungi.
Bulungi.
Olunaku olumalako ng'oyogedde Oluganda lungi oba Oluzungu lungi?
Byonna.
Ewaka oyogera Luganda? Oyogera Luzungu? Fiancé wo Muzungu?
Fiancé, I don't have a ring.
Okay. I have seen you being called Muchala Muzungu at some point, so... Okay. That's wrong information. Please, podcasters, the guys that research, podcast.
Mchala,
After we do it.
but I thought on to meet Mchala and they are married. Yeah.
Are you heartbroken?
No.
Are you heartbroken? I'll ask again. Have you ever been heartbroken?
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Well, I was in denial for a year, and it caught up to me the following year, and I went through the entire process that I was too strong to go through, and yeah, and then it stopped.
Okay.
I feel like everyone should have a heartbreak.
In their life, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You can't hide from it. There is always that one person you will like feel like that's the one, and then they're not the one, and then you feel that horrible stuff.
Do you believe in polygamy or monogamy? Do you believe like a man or woman should have one partner or no? Because a lot of why people feel like heartbreaks are so deep is because they give. You see, where's my dog? Chester, come. You see him? He has an emotional type of issue. He's attached to me as an individual. This is the thing dogs have, yeah. They're attached to their masters in sometimes it's such a bad way, but it's because he does not get the opportunity to share the same love with anyone else. So it's only with me, and he has no other dogs. He only goes to like mate when it's time. So people have that as individuals. They're attached. They have this whole sense of they have to be attached to just one person. Yet when you even look to, let's say, stories of the Bible, yeah, great people had like a million wives because the sense of attachment breaks. And dealing with heartbreaks is interesting because the amount of time it steals from you is a lot for you to recover. Like you fail to understand yourself over just one thing. Yet you could fail to go to school and you don't understand things. You don't have a degree. At the end of the day, you have to work everywhere, and you recollect yourself. You'll be like, "Mani what kang and then mkolo wa waiter." And I get some kamane ntandika kaduka kange. I get some kamane ngule motoka yange blah blah. And you get some direction from that. But when you're heartbroken, you feel like maybe you won't even love again, or usually, yeah, because people who get heartbroken are people who break out of things they think they truly loved, and they had to love them back. Like it had to work out, but then it didn't.
Mostly heartbreaks happen with first loves, but once you get over it,
Once,
over it.
do you feel like you'll get heartbroken again?
No.
You can't get heartbroken again.
Yes, because I'm less expectant now. I had expectations back then with the first love and all that crap, but now
I think you're really heartbroken. You even call it crap.
no, like yeah.
How bad was it? What did you cheat? And usually it's the women who are cheating low key that get the men doing funny things. Do you know that women cheat more than men?
Really?
Even the stats, if we're to just not talk about it at all, stats. No, women cheat. And you wouldn't know because women are, again, like Eve, she was talking to the snake, clearly. Women are terrible people.
Was it the snake?
You can't know. A snake is a reptile. There was a man who is Adam, Eve, and a snake. You cannot say a snake is a man.
No, snakes don't talk. So, yeah.
As I'm still going through but as we conclude, your high school, do you like talking about it? Schools you went to? And what they mean to you? What schools did you go to?
I went to really high.
I went to the primary version of that school. Okay, yeah. Joma Leader P7, Jogawa again, right? Because I went to Kampala Academy, but they expelled me in P4. I slept in a girls' dormitory. Story is not as it sounds when I'm speaking it, but yeah, there were other reasons. But as in P4, I couldn't even understand as a virgin. Don't overthink it. But I went to, it's called Lubidi Navagereka Primary School. Do you know it? Yeah. So we were for us as boys who are in boarding, we had to cross to our dormitories. The one down that side, like pass through the whole thing, the whole palace. Was studying in the palace. So yeah, I know that's cool. That was the high school was rowdy. And you went?
Homeschooling.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I didn't take
Mukalazi.
school
I
stuff.
worked for Mukalazi very long. Yeah, yeah. Also, my aunties work for him now. He's the first person that gave me $1,000,000 when I was very young with his big
What
stomach.
did you do with it?
Just say the man had a big stomach. I can't believe it. I will edit this.
Don't edit it.
But yeah, shout out to him, boss man. I don't remember what I did with it, but I was in Gaza. I think he was just still setting up the main branch, the one in Gaza. I don't know if he's still the main branch or he added on. How many schools are there now? Every school had a wife. You see how people have peace with
But
polygamy?
it was the way he had that setting. Like we all had one style of shoes, all butter shoes. Like every requirement was almost the same. It was a real uniform school, and yeah.
Do you feel like you got more organized because of that setting? Are you
Yeah.
organized in life?
Yeah. I feel like in my closet I should have this color beside white, black, it taught us uniformity closet is best.
Interesting. My question has been skipped my mind. Hey Rona, is there a question you'd want to ask Phidy in
Don't.
person?
Why would she?
Yeah? Please ask.
Oh my god.
Yeah?
She wants to know my status.
Yeah. What's your status?
I'm in a long distance relationship.
How is that like?
I saw someone.
But I
tweet
wish
about
you're
it.
here with me.
Oh my god.
Yes, then you smoke how we.
I saw someone tweet about it. He was like, I'm a pilot, but I don't encourage people to be long distance. That's all crap. Every relationship has its own flaws. So, just like the long distance, you're going to have misunderstandings and you're going to make up, you're going to fight, you're going to make up. It all works out. As long as you have a time frame of when you guys are going to meet, yeah, long distance is okay.
What's your ideal? What do you look for in a man?
That's very interesting. One thing or
No, give me give me 5 or 10 things you look out in a man. The ideal man for you.
I feel like I have daddy issues. Yeah, so
What do you mean, daddy issues? What do people mean? What there? Your dad was absent in your life, yeah.
Yes, that's it.
So then, how is that like daddy issues? How does that come into daddy issues? Like
I did not get to experience
a father.
love. Yeah, so that's why I think I can't date someone who's younger than me because I feel like I'll be grown up in the relationship. I need someone who is older than me, like 5, 6 years age gap. So I feel safe. I look at you like you, yeah, in that sense, because I didn't get to feel it. So I feel like getting love, attention, affection, and that side of the masculine, that type of love, yeah.
But how are you expecting to get that from a guy who's 6 years? Okay, yeah, guys are affectionate, but I would think they're going to be like busy and caught up.
Yeah,
They're
my
not in
dad
the
can
levy
be
devy.
busy as well.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're older than me, what you say is what I do, sir.
That is quality number one, but all right.
Yeah.
You're a very submissive person, yeah. But you also have daddy issues. So how do you learn submission?
Well, I feel like we switch.
Because I've also seen you defend men a couple of times. And the
Yeah.
TL.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, because you have not seen a trash man around you. But I'm not. My dad is the coolest person to me. Yeah, my dad is like someone I grew up looking up to. Of course, he's also really a good human being in the actual sense of good. Like he's too good, it became bad.
He was too good for it.
Yeah, for like he's too kind to people, so they take advantage of that. He's too nice, and people don't get that sometimes when you're too nice, you're manipulated. So that's how I feel about it. But that was quality one. So you didn't actually explain the quality. You said daddy issues.
I did. Like, a daddy, what can a daddy do for you? He looks out for you. He cares. He like supports you. That's a father. So yeah, that's like a point of view.
Okay.
Yeah, lucky to have found it in my current relationship. Yeah, and I feel like
That's one character you look for. Two.
playfulness. I don't need a person who's reserved. Because if you're reserved and my energy is up here, you're going to be embarrassed, like being around me because I'm too playful. So we need to match.
The energy.
Yes. So
Three.
that's true. Three, you should know sports. I don't like, there are some guys I have conversations with and they're like, how do you even love football? I'm a man, but I don't love football. I'm like, what? And you're proud of that? So it's like a turn off.
Yeah.
Like if a man is not like sporty, at least love rugby, at least love anything that's like sporty, but don't say you're not into any of that. I will term you as like feminine. Yeah. So that's
Four.
really wonderful. Well, I have a thing for big hands.
Do this qualify? Okay, I think for big hands.
Yeah. So
Okay, I think for
I'll meet you on the first date and I'll meet you on the first date and I'll know where I'm.
Do you like getting spanked? Is that why you like big hands? Oh, this is a free will podcast. If you listen to previous conversations, people are telling me about their masturbation processes. Married women.
Get to hear all that.
You didn't listen to Sasha, you didn't listen to Persis. And yeah, so it's free
They
will
masturbate?
podcast. Yeah, Persis says she does when the husband is not her, she's married. So she said, but the husband does trips. Also, Netflix has a whole thing that is about sex education, masturbation. They're even showing vaginas on Netflix now.
I hate Netflix. Like,
You got to
you
board.
try to like find a good movie. I love animation. I feel like people tell me it has kid stuff, but
It's
I
not.
don't care. But you try to find a good anime and then like you see stuff Netflix tries to put in all the guest stuff, all that like that content that's explicit, and you're like, what's going on? Like they're ruining our childhood memories because I grew up on in the days of Jungle Book, SpongeBob. I feel like SpongeBob has been here for the entire time, but yeah, but I saw a movie where they were like sexualizing SpongeBob as well, and I'm like, what's happening?
But shouldn't we really put up that conversations on sex and we avoid a lot of predators? Don't you think they should be brought up earlier for cats to understand, for children to understand that, yeah, like it's just, you don't feel that way.
Yeah, I do not, but maybe it has its advantages that I don't know of, but I don't stand by it.
Okay, so yeah, the big hands are for that.
For what?
That's how for being spanked. That's why you look out for big hands.
They tell something else, Rona knows, but we won't say it on air.
Please say it. I would love to know. If
I
it's
feel like
unless
your
it's really
viewers
bad.
know it's not bad.
Yeah, but say me, I do not know. I don't care about my viewers. This is my podcast. Unless the very first thing I
you
need
guys
to
will
know.
put it in the comment section. Comment what big hands symbolize. Yeah. What else?
Do they symbolize big dicks and like you're attracted to big dicks? And some women are known, do they? But
Women?
no, yeah. Is it size, length, or how the person who has the dick knows how to use it and to love
curiosity
you?
killed the cat.
Ah, you've not really had good sex.
What?
You've not.
Why?
Yeah. You've not, because then, sex is a whole mind game. Back to the first questions I was asking you to where the big conversation is of how much do you protect your mind in the world to understand. Again, the whole process. That guy is smoking weed. Do you feel weed smelling? Yeah, someone is smelling weed.
Yeah.
The whole process of understanding yourself is, first of all, the most important thing about understanding yourself is understanding your sex. And so if you're still curious about sex,
How
you've
do
not
you
had
draw the
really
line
good
that
sex.
I'm
Because
not having good sex.
you're still curious, you still want to find out that's what you said. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I meant you're curious about what's the big hands.
The big
I'm
because
not
it doesn't matter to me. To what I've seen, and also at some point I was really really addicted to porn. So I even watched porn. I watched a lot of documentaries on porn stars. I'm also into that. Yeah, I'm always behind my computer and phone, so
that's the
it came
curiosity.
easy to watch. No, I'm telling you to understand and trying to see. Apart from the fact that it's just business to some of the porn stars, some of them really enjoy sex, so they try to explain what makes of good sex. And none of them, by the way, none of them has ever. Yes, they like, every woman likes big dick, but it's a stretch. All of them have how do they see it? The line of, it's about how I am having the sex with the person that wins, and not their size, their length. But of course, you're not going to have, people don't like, I don't know if it's a stereotype for white men that they have tiny dicks and stuff, so it's just them.
Well, people should just go away from stereotypes and find out for themselves.
You're speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like how the Ugandans that have tiny things. There are also Sudanese. You see, they say Sudanese have long things, but there are those Sudanese that have tiny things. So they shouldn't categorize all white people. 'Cause,
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree. The stereotype is just really fucked up to talk about. To think that it's only white people with small dicks. So 5, that is the hand. So you're looking out for size. So to you, size really matters a lot.
No, it talks about things that are far, far beyond the size.
Please make us. That's
You-
the whole interesting conversation. That now let us understand the hands. Like, and you know what? These things should be public knowledge. You shouldn't feel bad.
Really?
Yes, please.
Public knowledge.
This should be public
I
knowledge.
feel
Like,
like it's my
you don't.
secret.
Ah.
You don't give it away. Just like how you have a secret recipe.
So you don't want
Preparing
other
something
girls to know and not fall like into a ditch. Yet the beauty of this podcast is also to help. Like Rona is there listening and she knows that the hands are like this.
Rona knows I shared some bits. Yeah.
Will you share this information with me off podcast?
You really, really want to know.
I would love to know such theories. And I also really like putting up myths a lot, following up on things from like school. This was true. Very many people even sell that local medicine. They tell you about smanya dick enlargement, yet it doesn't work and they're just making bucks. So that then people online, some do. I've had friends who have gotten through experiences. But anyway, for me, my God did it. Me, I'm comfortable. No one has complained in their life. Everyone is cow. So there's that. Legacy. What legacy are you building? You.
Me.
Oh wait, we are supposed to finish. There were 5. You had given 4.
There were 5.
No, 5. The last one.
The last one. Well, He has it. I won't mention it on air, but he has it.
Come on.
You've said things I'm looking for in a man, and I have a man right now. I've told you four, and the fifth one.
In the ideal, hypothetically, if you
has-
didn't have a man,
If
what
I
would,
didn't have-
what would be the fifth?
I wouldn't know it. Yeah.
So this is like.
I've discovered it when I started dating him. So yeah,
So you
that's
have
the
to date
fifth.
another in the future for you to discover something else, and it adds on like that.
Yeah, I grow my lists, but I hope this is the last. I don't.
You want it to be the last. You didn't answer the question on polygamy or monogamy. Do you believe in having one partner and your partner having only you? Or you don't mind your partner being polygamous? By the way, on a Broadway, they take care of you, they what, but they have someone else they go to. Like, they just can't be in the same walls every night. Just as simple as that. Like, some men are built like that. And the faster we admit things like that, the better we deal away with mental issues or people getting so much entitlement. That's why sometimes I like the Muslim people of, you know what, the courage I have that if I can take care of my 4 wives, let me have them. So that I don't have the mental torture of just one person dealing with this person and their issues. I can go get my freedom elsewhere or get my freedom elsewhere, and it's balanced. And when you look at it from the grand global perspective or a bigger picture, it just makes better sense than being the idea of just sticking to one person. Because you see, even the greatest love fades away. Even every good thing comes to an end. So you just can't tie to just one thing in general. It's such as, to me, I think it's stupid for people to think. That's why, and this is also because I come from a background of loving too much. Like, I loved someone so much, and then I fucked it up so bad. So I feel like because I thought I was so stupid to think in the first place that I could give just one person the world. Yeah, it just can't happen. Like, there's so much that is happening for not even your child. You can't even love one child, really. So that's how I think about it. Maybe not.
Yeah, there's always that favorite. Like,
So for you, you also want your partner to have only you.
well, I would say no, but yes. Yes, in a way that I don't want to know about your other relations. You can have them, but as long as you don't throw it in my face. Like, show me you're there, you give me the time, you give me the attention, and if you're doing so to other like 3-4 more people, I don't have to know. Like, be available when I need you and know how to juggle the other crowd. Yeah. But I don't mind as long as I don't see it. If I see it and get to know of it, like, that's where the problem comes in. Because, like, I told you I was like an only child since till 14. So I have that tendency of having what's mine is mine. I didn't share. I didn't grow up like in a family of too many people. I was alone most of my time. My mom wasn't even around most of the time. And when she like settled down to get this other family, I was grown up, boarding school. I saw my siblings during the holiday and I felt like they're too young for me. I couldn't connect to them like on that level as well. So my attachments now shifted from my siblings to my cousins, because my mom's sisters and brothers like had given birth to more kids and my cousins. So yeah, I connected more to my cousins because they were older and yeah.
Interesting.
These others,
So if you are a movie character, what would you be?
if I'm a movie character, I think I would be Venom.
Why? Do you kill people softly?
He's a villain, but you can't turn him as bad. He's a good villain. Good can't go with bad, but
Is that good or bad?
It's not there, but it fits so well with Venom. So yeah, I feel like I'll be that.
So you're a Chivanda, but not really.
You could say that.
What was that other question I was going to ask? You can ask me. You have the opportunity to ask me 5 things. Then we close.
5 things.
Yeah, questions from anywhere. Because with this podcast, it's not like I'm the one supposed to be asking.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
Okay, so like, did you like look up to someone doing a podcast and you're like, I want to do this as well, or you saw a YouTube video, or just had a dream and started?
One, we started these 2 people, me and my other partner. So we grew up listening to a lot of talk shows. So, but we split schools, different schools, life. I was also into a lot of media. I was both into IT. My other partner is very tech savvy. He's a software engineer. So, also gets paid really good. Like, he's really advanced, like one of the best software engineers in this country on that level, export. So then I was into the media world. I'm also a very, very good sales and marketing person naturally. So when you look at all that, yeah, and then you look at the business of content creation, it makes sense. Also, podcasting is really the fastest way you can make generational wealth, because I have the podcasts that will make me money even when I don't know that they're making me money, because all I have to do is to get the distribution channels very well. So it's really a lucrative business, but also it takes a lot of patience. Yeah, patience, and it's something you can love to do. Like, I'm just talking to a very beautiful woman right now, and I wasn't doing that like 2 hours back. So, and it's fun, yeah? So I can do this, I can still do it tomorrow and I don't feel stretched. I can keep up doing it, set up the cameras, you look at the picture, it looks good. So that's the blend, the energy. I'm talking to people, different people, you get to know stories. There are people here with a lot of issues. There's a campaign we've been running for a chick that is looking for $30,000 to get her brain tumor out. She's called Tino. So you listen to that and then you see that you're not even special, even when you have a problem, but you just have to consider your blessings and count them more and more and more. So, because then you get this first hand with people, and it's just not a problem. Then you get to listen to intellect people and what they're doing, young startups and what they're doing. Then you get to teach some people and give them direction. Some people have come here, they now do business with us, yeah, those relationships. So it got interesting. But to like really answer your question, media has been my thing. So the podcast idea came about and it just started. There's no like real metrics. We didn't like plan, like it came about, and a lot of factors could come in sync for little to work out, and they really did. Sales, and now it's a business. Now we do this is like 1% of our business.
Do you rent out this?
Yeah, but this is too small. When you look at our profile, we're into the business of content creation and film production. And if you go to our website, film production, photography, reels, videography, all the visual audio, really. All visual, anything to do with visual and audio. So we rent out. We also have teams of experts, guys who are really good at what they do and they have passion. So yeah, right now it's big and it's like that, but it's connecting dots. It started right after, thank God to COVID, we got bored. So we had the time to start it up. Everyone got off from home to what we were doing.
It's positive.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people have put up apartments. So that's it.
Okay. Question 2. If Bomono was here, what would you tell him?
If Bo was here, what would I tell him? I'd ask him how he manages his mental health.
Well, he is off social media. Yeah.
And I would want to know the transition of that, of getting off, because it's one of the hardest things for us right now. You see, getting off social media is just not easy, yet it's actually really important. So people like him who are really, it's also like a sacrifice. It's like going to gym every day. Like, let me not open my Twitter in the morning because it's the first thing we do when we wake up, want to see. The algorithms are designed in such a way that you don't even want to see what's trending. You just have weird connections with people on your timeline that, hey, let me see what Phidy is posting today. Let me see how she's dressed. Like, I don't need to know how you're dressed, but I find like it's something that just comes naturally. Yeah, you'll move from your Twitter, then before you know it, this is fun. Let me go and see what she's up to on IG. Let me just go back at 1. Let me see what she's up to. Then come back at 4. Let me see what she's up to. Like, it's designed like that.
Emptiness if like your social person doesn't post for like a week?
Well, it depends on the connection I have with them. Usually, if I'm interested in people, I reach out to them and I understand them, then they become my friends, go personal level. But no, again, I live so much in the present moment. So I like to live besides the phones, and I like to just live with the people around me. I also lead a whole team, so it's more engaging. You have to understand. It's something I'm learning, yeah. Because I'm leading a team that is doing a lot of incredible stuff, and we're all just young and we're all friends, and that's so hard in the depth of it because we're all friends. Do you know what that means? That we knew each other before this, yeah. So now we have to make this work. By force. Because if it doesn't work, then we're screwed. Exactly. So that's extremely hard. So it takes most of my present time, and I feed into that. Yeah. But I would ask Bomono how he transitioned into really going off social media and how he handles his mental health. Because there's a lot of does he still have the hair? Yeah, I think he still has the hair now.
Yeah, he has. He does his bandana crap.
You said crap, and I'm going to cut out that cut clip and send it to him.
You're going to cut it out. He likes bandanas. You know, he saw my outfit to that office and he was like, what? Please cut me a piece.
Oh
it
my
could make
God.
really a good headband. I'm like, what? Chill.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Are
true.
you seeing someone?
That's a very interesting question. I'll answer this to you directly. Let's go to the next one.
What?
Yes.
I'm asking the question.
I'll answer that to you directly. Let's go to the next one.
Okay. If you're to leave Uganda and not come back for good, where would you be staying?
Leave Uganda, not come back for good.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom.
Why?
I have family there.
Okay, that one's out for you.
Yeah.
Last question. Is it the last, second last?
Second last. I skipped one.
What's that movie you can watch and repeat?
Hard Target. Van Damme.
It's an action movie.
It's an action movie, but I'm not really interested in the action. I'm interested in the dialogue. The man spent a whole movie vibing a woman. A whole movie. He did everything. He did akubi abantu ebikonde, agude machupa, akute misota, abuse pichi, just to get into some pants. And that is, it's crazy, but yeah.
But you could watch it on repeat.
Yeah. Because you see, the energy, the mind is a very tricky place. You can tell your mind that I am going to do this. And then you just find yourself doing it. It's like running up that hill. When I'm running in the morning, I'm like, I'm going to stop. I'm running with Chester. So, but because for him is a dog, you will see the energy is extreme. It goes, and you're like, what? How am I going to reach? But you're like, but this dog is reaching. Let me just keep going. Just give it. So the mind is so important that the energy. Also, there are very many things I pick from movies. Why I would watch it again and again. He was a guy who had lost his job but could pick himself up. He was also a superstar in the beginning, very fit, but then had the stories about just trying to help people while he finds himself. And that's like how I also relate to life. So I can just rewatch that over and over again. Also, I watched it when I was still very young. And I watched it over and over again. So I can just watch it over again. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any tattoos?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Where which body parts?
They're on my body when I remove my shirt.
Where and where? You can just
It's
point.
here and here.
What do they like represent or symbolize?
One is for my son. The name Tyler Wamala. Then 2 is for my pain. I went through a very bad heartbreak.
You are calling out heartbreaks. I thought you're strong. You have never been heartbroken.
Like you said, everyone goes through a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I supported
you got a heartbreak and then you got a tattoo.
the one thing for the pain I was going through because
So
I
the
formulated
tattoo
it.
helped.
Yeah.
Or you look at it and
I
you feel
made
the pain
part
again.
of that tattoo. I made it myself. Like I used to.
What?
To make
so you
it-
inflicted pain on yourself? Are you suicidal?
No,
How would you inflict pain on yourself?
because it's just pain. That's why I work out, man. I run that hill. Do you know how much pain you feel when you're going up? It's like how much
So you get satisfaction in feeling pain.
because pain is then a constant of life. The more you get used to it, the more you go through life. Because you know life is hard in its actual entirety if you think about it. So if you get accustomed to pain, you then find the ease with life. But if you're not like you who really likes to be happy, once you get really painful moments, it can really turn you around. So for me, pain is something I grow into. Yeah, it's the energy. I wake up every day. I'm self-employed. I don't need. There's no motherfucker that is going to shout on my phone, I want you coming in. Coming in where? I want you doing what? But I have to wake up every day at the same time. Even when I'm energetic, even when I shoot a music video in the night, I have to wake up at the same time to just go through the same feeling. Yes, I louse around, smoke my J's, low-key, but I'll still go and work out. Even when I don't, but I reach the venues and reach those people because I love to experience that pain has to just be part of me. It's like suffering, yeah? We like to run away from it, but then when you look at it in their sense, it's just part of life. Like, we feel pain for the simple reason that we have to feel happy, that you cannot know that there's happiness if you don't know that, if you've never experienced pain. Yeah, you would not tell that this is what happiness is. If through a moment like that, you would not tell good sex if you've not had bad sex. Okay, you'd not know that you're having good sex if you've not had good sex. Yeah, you'd think I'm having good sex until you have really good sex, and you can now tell the difference that this is actually good sex. So to me, that's the thing. Like, I make pain a part of me because you just simply can't avoid it. And look at it this in such small ways. You can leave work to go to office and you forget your AirPods and they just distract your whole day. Yeah, you have them, you probably can send back for them, you have enough money. You forget something, you forget your phone, you forget your belt, you forget, now for you, let's say you have a lip liner you have to apply and you forget it and just fucks with your mental, yeah? But you really had a plan. In the night, you know your stuff, but you just forgot some detail, just out of nowhere. You just can't avoid pain in every single day, and it shows up every day, it teaches you that. So to me, it's something that I just make a part of me, yeah? So I don't get shocked.
But you can't find any other ways than inflicting it on yourself.
Well, but I'm not like suicidal that I'm going to cut my
Yes.
veins.
Do you know? Well, I have 2 tattoos as well, but the pain, I cannot imagine myself doing it like to my body. Like,
Have you ever burnt yourself intentionally?
intentionally.
Yeah, to look at yourself burn, to see if you can be a martyr like the ones we are going to celebrate tomorrow.
No. You have?
Yeah, you should.
You see, you're suicidal.
No.
You're suicidal. How would someone look at fire and then put a thing?
You see,
of course you
you
get
like the
burned.
easy life. You don't believe in anything hard. Okay, not hard. But yeah.
Rona, can you like look at fire?
How
and
do you
then
deal with
put your
pain?
Finger in fire?
Yeah.
What? You people? What?
And your hat.
What?
Yeah, like sometimes you
Like
make a
not
decision.
accidentally. You know that you're putting your hand into fire.
for like a
Maybe
minute.
you want to cry.
Exactly.
Have blocky hands.
And you have to pause the
Guys.
pain because you need it, because it's important.
What? No.
I really feel like, yeah. So those processes also teach you.
What?
Yeah.
I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I see a sad movie. Why would I want to cry by burning myself? You guys.
Some pain comes different. But you have to get accustomed to like all different versions. Also, no suicidal shit really. Like, yeah, no disrespect to people who are actually really suicidal. It's a battle. People really battle this stuff. I know this because I have a podcast. That's not big conversation. It's called the Mindspace Podcast. It's a podcast on mental health, and people get these stories on. My very good friend Fahad, who is hosting it, gets stories out of people because also he shares his experiences. So yes, I know it's such a big battle, and it's not something we take for granted at all. Yeah. That is that conversation. Oh, we've actually gone 1 hour and a half. That is that conversation. Thank you, Phidy, for coming on the podcast.
Thank you also for having me. Well, if you think of the billboards.
Yeah, we are definitely
Hit
going
us
to do
up.
them, even though I don't know. I just have to convince the Azam TV people to come to Zeus to do them. Because, yeah, we already up. They're going to put up billboards. They have
You
to.
should come with their 5 pieces.
How much is billboard?
5 pieces.
For how long?
A month.
A month.
Yeah.
Where strategically?
Roundabouts. Like, yeah, big spots.
Okay. If I bring the deal through you, how much commission do you get?
Commission?
You don't get commission off. I know you're an employee, but you're supposed to, like, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Well, it's up to the boss. Yeah. But he always appreciates. So you can't tell. You can be like, oh, I might get commission of 200, and then you get like 5 one piece. So yeah, depends.
Okay.
Well, thank you for having me. It has been.
Say hi to the camera.
I'm shy.
Are you?
I distracted myself, and
I
I
don't-
felt like there weren't any cameras. So yeah.